My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Your office hours.
Class, welcome to Society and Pop Culture 101. I am your instructor, BK Spades.
I am the Instructor Novacaine.
And today we have another guest instructor. We have the other cousin. Introduce yourself.
Dom.
It's you.
Dom. I don't have no cool name like underneath you guys, just Dom. Dom. That's it. It's cousin Dom.
For today, you are Instructor Cousin Dom.
Instructor Cousin Dom, period.
We're talking about Big Red from the Five Heartbeats movie. One of the most iconic black films ever.
One of my daughters.
I need to talk to you, Big Red.
Give me a minute. Can't you see I'm talking?
No. I need to talk to you right now about my royalties and how you keep your books.
Oh, boy. Bring him in. My office hours are from... My office hours are from...
Man, iconic scenes. One of the most iconic black films ever, written by Robert Townsend and Keenen Ivory Wayans Jr. Is he a junior?
I never knew if he was a junior or senior.
Keenen Ivory Wayans.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know why. That's Damon Jr. I am tripping.
There it is.
So
yeah,
we should probably get into. I think Dom has a bit of a delay. Big Red Davis, played by Hawthorne James. Big Red Davis is the owner of Big Red Records, debuted in the Five Heartbeats 1991. After witnessing the indie group, the Five Heartbeats, win a rigged talent show, Big Red became enamored with the group. He offers them a contract that their manager, Jimmy, quickly declines, as the two have a shared history. After the group attempted to sign elsewhere to no avail, Big Red was still willing to sign them. After signing them, he rolls out the red carpet and gives them cars.
Of course he does.
You got this one, Novacaine?
I got you. Business was good until Eddie, the lead of the Five Heartbeats, became addicted to drugs and alcohol. Eddie became paranoid and thought Jimmy was trying to replace him, thus causing him to go to Big Red and ask to have Jimmy cut out of his contract. Jimmy confronts Big Red and says he will go to the authorities about Red's dealings. These dealings include bootleg LPs, cooked books, and payola. Ever the crook, Big Red would unalive Jimmy to avoid the law. He would later be caught and found guilty of the murder of Jimmy Potter.
All right. That's a quick rundown of Big Red. And I didn't want to spoil the entire movie because, again, if you have not seen the Five Heartbeats, first of all, that's your homework.
Where have you been?
Classic movie.
Right? That's homework for you. That's homework.
I haven't watched that movie in years, though. It's been like about probably 15 years.
I just realized when
it's been 15 years since I watched it, though. Probably like high school.
Damn.
Woo. I see now we got to assign homework to everybody.
To everybody.
This is March. This is when the movie premiered. And y'all need to go watch it. Like right now, right after you finish listening to this show, go ahead. I think it's on like one of the I think it's the HBO.
It's on Max.
It's on Max. Go on Max, go watch this movie, and also go watch Cooley High because I know y'all ain't watched that one either. I'm just gonna throw that one in.
How you going to say what they?
You know they ain't watched Cooley High. You know
they probably didn't. They probably haven't. I'm about to watch that again too. So Five Heartbeats is one of those movies I've seen a million times, and I just realized when I went to go rewatch it on Friday evening that I never seen it from the beginning to the end. Like I've seen it a million times. I could quote lines and all of that, sing the songs, but I've never watched this movie from the very beginning to the very end. When I turned it on, I was like, "What is this?"
The TV edit be catching you, don't it? Every time it hit on TV, I was in there. I was like, "Oh, I gotta catch this. It's on."
Okay.
So, speaking of music moguls, it is from my understanding after watching an interview from Big Red, from Hawthorne James, that Suge Knight could quite have possibly grafted his entire persona from Big Red. Now
Interesting.
That's what the man said a couple of years ago. I did not write it down where it was at, but that was just a little tidbit that I thought was kind of cool about Big Red. I'm just saying. Probably one of my favorite scenes from Big Red is when he shows up at the funeral, because he kind of shows up like Scar from Lion King, just like I belong here when he don't. You know what I'm saying? That was big moves right there. Tell me I'm lying. That was big moves. He was like, I'm gonna show up to the funeral of the man I just murdered.
That's like some player stuff right there. And awesome player stuff.
So we got to move on though, because the reason we wanted to talk about Big Red is because you know how we do here. We give you a pop culture icon or a pop culture figure, and then we try to tie it into today's societal situations. So one of the biggest situations, because unless you literally been living under a rock and not paying attention to any news station ever, we got to talk about the real Big Red of the hip hop game.
The man
with Lord.
Names.
The man with many names. Puffy Daddy.
There it is.
P. Diddy.
Love.
Daddy Love. Whatever name.
Daddy Love. You better
stop
right there. You better stop right there.
Love and devotion. This man got so many names. I'm gonna stop talking before he find me. Do he got people down here in Alabama? He ain't got no goons in Alabama, do it. Allegedly. Hold on, wait a minute.
You don't know that, man.
I don't know. But I just want to be sure that everybody knows that unless it's been proven guilty and it's been already said in the media, everything we say is allegedly, okay? I don't want to hear no noise. I don't want nobody coming after us. We just making speculations and conversation here, okay?
There it is.
All right, so subject, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, mogul, businessman, producer, rapper, legend, owner of Bad Boys Records.
I do not want to call this man a rap legend. But go ahead. I'm going to let you cook.
We kind of have to. And we're going to get into it later. So let me go ahead and get this. Let me go on and.
Okay.
Sean Combs is one of the most well-known faces in hip-hop and business. Starting in 1993, Diddy emerged with his record label Bad Boys, fronted by the legendary Notorious B.I.G. Since then, the mega mogul has managed to reinvent himself numerous times over the last 30-plus years. At this point, it's probably easier to document his career in terms of eras. The Puff Daddy era, the P. Diddy era, the Diddy era, the Daddy era, and the Love era.
Daddy.
That was a thing. No matter what era he's in, Puffy always finds a way to be innovative, savvy, and above all, controversial. The Daddy era was probably short, but I remember it was a few years back. And I think he was talking to Charlamagne, and he was like, I'm not calling you daddy. Charlamagne was like, I'm not calling you daddy. I think it was Charlamagne he was talking to.
Was this when he had the mohawk? This when he had the crazy mohawk? Yeah.
Was that when he had the mohawk? It was like, I think it was right around the time he was finna own Revolt, or Revolt was moving to a bigger space or something like that.
This was after Diddy Dirty Money.
It was after Diddy Dirty Money. That
Okay,
was a
so-
weird era for me. I'm be honest. I didn't understand that era. Like that. I didn't understand
Listen.
that era. The Daddy era was the
Listen.
shortest era, though. I'm sure that was the shortest era.
Wild times, man.
Extremely
I
wild.
just do we have another board to read before I start weighing in?
We got one more. One
Okay,
more.
let me read it.
Go ahead.
Career accolades include talent director at Uptown Records. He founded Bad Boy Records in 1993. Sean Combs discovered, managed, crafted artists like Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, Usher, Mace, Total, Day 26, and Danny Kane. His 1997 debut album, No Way Out, went septuple platinum. The album debuted at number 1. I don't think Wikipedia. It might be.
I also looked at Wikipedia and what's the other one? Is it Lyric? Is it Lyrics? It's one of them other websites.
Lyrics.com or something? Genius.com or something?
Okay.
Something like that.
The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Top 200. 2 singles hit the Billboard Hot 100. Can't Nobody Hold Me Down featuring Mace. I'll Be Missing You featuring Faith Evans. First hip-hop song to top the Billboard Hot 100. He took over MTV's Making the Band and created Day 26 and Danny Kane. He also acted in films like Monsters Ball and Get 'Em to the Greek. He co-founded Revolt TV.
Also, Rock the Vote. Remember the Rock the Vote campaign? I'm sorry.
I remember Rock the Vote.
And out of everybody that was there, The Rock, yeah. So out of everybody, I'm just saying he had a pretty legendary run. I mean, it's allegedly is over at this point. But I'm just saying, I mean, he had to step down as the chairman of Revolt. So I think that was temporary. I don't think he officially completely stepped down yet. So,
Wait,
didn't
he have a clothing line too?
Oh, I forgot about the clothing
Sean
line.
John.
He did.
Sean John.
I think did he sell it to Macy's? I think it was.
I can't remember.
Something like
but
that.
He definitely something
like
happened and he merged with somebody.
Yeah, Jay had one too, but we ain't talking about Jay-Z. But
not the Rock there.
All I'm saying is his legendary status.
Dirty Money.
What was Diddy Dirty Money supposed to be? I don't.
It was the 2 girls. It was the 2 girls from Danny Kane, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But so many people have somewhat fun memories of this era.
I'm coming home.
For me, it just
coming home.
WWE loved that song, by the way.
They
absolutely loved that song, and
they did. Every song he was coming on, he was like, "This that dirty money." This that dirty money. It's a song that they did with Rick Ross that I had like.
I just don't understand the era. I'm like, I know what it was. I just don't get it. Like, it wasn't for me.
Check. He just needed a check.
The man, like I said, look, the man reinvents himself pretty often.
I don't know how he gonna pull out of this one though.
So one more time, just so we all are clear, everything we say from this point, allegedly, because all right.
Thank you.
So Novacaine, where you want to take this first? Because
dang, I don't even know which part to start at. But when I was reading that, right?
Hold on. I kind of know where to start. I'm gonna let you say what you're gonna say, then I'm gonna tell you where we probably should start. Go ahead.
Nobody in 1993 thought that it was not a good idea to call the record label Bad Boys.
No. At that time, it was about being edgy, man.
I guess. But now I'm starting to look at it like a whole nother thing now.
Back in the day, bad boy was a cool thing. Like I'm a bad boy. That means I'm one of them in the streets. I'm a bad boy. Nobody can mess with me.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what they was trying to go with.
Back in the day. That was back in the day lingo.
That was back in the
That's when he had, Craig Mack over there and Biggie.
Yeah.
he had some ugly artists, man. Craig Mack and Biggie, man.
Did you?
The talent spoke for itself when it came to Biggie. I mean, I don't know too much about Craig Mack, but
Craig Mack was good. He had that one song, and
Yeah,
then
that
they
one
did the
song.
remix. Then the remix came, so he had 2 songs.
Mm-hmm. Then he did Jadakiss and them dirty too, man. They shelved them. Remember they got like the locks and then didn't like release their album.
Oh, the locks were underneath Bad Boys.
I totally forgot them suits. Them suits, man.
Yeah.
Remember the suits?
Yeah, like they put them in like DEFCON. They was in like a DEFCON.
This man said, "I'm gonna name it Bad Boys because." Oh, I'm not about to go there. I'm about to go there. He said.
It's gonna be one of them episodes.
I'm gonna call it Bad
He's
Boys.
a bad boy, man.
Because you know, like y'all said, it's really catchy for the time, but he wanted to be a bad boy. That's what it was.
Allegedly, he wanted to be a bad boy. So we were talking about you mentioned not knowing where to start exactly. So let's start here.
God.
Let's connect the dot. Hold on. Let's connect this dot a little bit because people need to know why Big Red was chosen. Big Red was chosen for this episode specifically because he hung a man out the window, and allegedly, our good wrestling brother Wale.
Wait. It's farther back than that though.
It's further back to that. Well, my connection was when Wale got hung out the balcony.
It goes farther back.
It does go further back than that. You're right. Are we talking about?
No, it goes back to 95 when it was a shooting. In 95, it was a shooting of like Jake Robles or something like that.
Yeah, and
like something happened between him and Bad Boy, and they were like in Atlanta, and the dude got killed outside the nightclub. Yeah.
Yep.
So was that officially a pin, or was that also big speculation there?
I think recently they just put those pieces together.
It's crazy that it's taking this long to find out like who shot Pac. And
I mean, when you got that much power and everything, and you allegedly behind it.
I'm gonna tell you where all of this disconnects with me. We've spent countless years of our lives knowing that just because a black person has money does not mean he has power. But it feels like everything we find out about Puffy here just flips that right on top of his head, because my man was getting away with a lot of stuff allegedly. Like,
celebrities, right? When you growing up, I was a little kid. I've heard daggone rumors that I didn't even understand about Diddy ever since I was like in the 3rd grade.
You're right.
And that's around 1997, 1998, around those years when I was in the 3rd grade. Golly.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure we let some of this stuff go because that song with Faith Evans was so good. You know what I'm saying? Missing
That's
You.
What it was.
Man, it was a good song.
No, I think it was.
You know how we are.
They were like, it was like, he's bad on grief and everything. So it's like brushing under the rug. He just going through some things with Biggie, and they kept on just brushing underneath the rug and underneath the rug and underneath the rug.
So also, it's been a long time since I watched the Biggie movie. And I feel like some of the stuff we didn't get none. Was he a producer on that movie? He was a producer on that movie, wasn't it? Because ain't no way all of the stuff that we know, all the stuff we know now, no way it was not supposed to be in that movie. Ain't no way.
I think so.
Yeah, and some of the stuff was fabricated. It was like he wasn't really in a room with Biggie with some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's giving that white savior complex when it comes down to
there's another
people in movies.
Mm-hmm. But there's another story of Diddy attacking Steve Stout in '98 at the "Hate Me Now" music video.
What?
I didn't hear about this one.
No, what
Yeah,
happened there? I don't
It's like
remember
two
that
other
one.
men and Diddy. Yeah, like two other men and Diddy attacked Steve Stout. Yeah, so like two other people, like it was Diddy and two other men, like beat up Steve Stout for some reason.
So, are we saying that Diddy Love Puff is a violent sexual deviant? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah,
He sounds
Heavy
like
on the
so. And
violent,
then remember,
heavy
fast
on the
forward to
sexual.
'98 with Shine. Remember,
what
Shine
happened
with
with
Jennifer
Shine?
Lopez in the club when Shine shot the gun in the club.
Oh, so that was cussing.
So apparently it
Diddy.
was J-Lo, Shine, and Diddy at a club. Yeah, and then something happened, and Shine pulled a gun on, started shooting, and then Shine took that long prison sentence, Cuddy, and then Diddy didn't help him out or nothing.
He was in jail for like 20 years.
Yeah, Shine was away for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So
he did that verse on Confessions Part 2, Part 3, Part 67. If we had the internet, if the social media was social media now, that would have broke the internet.
Yo, listen,
that verse would have broke the internet, bruh.
Listen, Diddy, what politician did he know? Because ain't no way.
All of them.
I mean, we heard he was partying with Vince McMahon. By the way, if you didn't listen to
so
that,
allegedly,
you didn't listen to the Vince McMahon episode, go back and listen.
But allegedly, no, Diddy was shooting the club Shine, but Shine only when he got caught.
Right. I remember that. I remember that part. I do remember that part.
Diddy seems to be the type of person that do his dirt and then calm down right after you get it done. But if you hothead, which alludes to just how calculating he could be in a sense, because everybody know you got to do your dirt and then relax off of it. But if you still going when the police get there, who you think gonna get you first? They gonna come straight to you. I mean, this ain't a guy to, get away from the police when you do stupid shit stuff. It's not what that is. That's not what that is. But I'm just saying.
Diddy is a master manipulator. This is why he continues to change his nickname to make it seem like he's changing throughout life when he's not.
That's exactly what happened with the Love era. He was like, "I'm a changed man," I just want everybody to love.
I low-key feel like he knew all of this was about to happen. So he tried to rebrand himself as Sean Love Combs. And I'm like, bro, what? No more Diddy? No more Daddy? No more Puffy? What's going on here? And then 2 years later...
He said the old Diddy's dead. The old Diddy's dead.
Not the stores, though, because them boys still coming up.
That's why he had another baby. I hate to say it like that, allegedly.
So apparently he fought J. Cole, too.
He fought Jermaine. I think I heard about that, too. You remember when he fought Drake?
Yeah. At the VMA Awards. At the VMA Awards, he fought
over it.
J. Cole. Like, Diddy's a menace.
He's a menace.
He's a pure menace to a society.
He had beef with Chris Brown.
So can we go back to
he punched
because we gotta
Drake this in 2014, and I think in Miami.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's bring this back around to Cassie really fast. So how Wale ended up out the balcony was Cassie was at the studio, right? And Wale and Cassie was supposed to do a song together. Everybody knows Cassie is off limits in the game. Everybody knew that when she was with Diddy. They were friends. So he snuck to the studio to do the song with her together, live, because everybody know it's better when you do a song with the artist and you guys are in the room together. The vibes are just different.
That's true.
Well, someone alerted Puffy that that Wale was at the studio. He ends up coming to the studio. They end up taking him to the back, and they closed the curtains. and they roughed up Wale and held his legs like Big Red early in the episode that y'all saw. So that's the story of what happened to Wale. And
Not
this is
Lauren.
for someone, and this was someone else that was in the room that is telling the story, who was in the studio, who watched him close the curtains. He didn't see the whole thing, but you know, he's seen enough, allegedly. Speaking of Cassie,
not for Lauren.
It's crazy.
That makes me so sad for him.
Allegedly, he blew up Kid Cudi's.
Say that part again, Dom.
He blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part. Golly, there's something always coming out in the news about this man.
Yeah, because I think Kid Cudi was dating. Yeah, because Kid Cudi was dating Cassie at the time, and then Diddy wasn't liking that. He was like trying to like hitman stuff, taking off the game.
It's wild that what I noticed is always one person. That's all it takes is that one person to come out that's connected to a bunch of other dominoes, and that's when things start falling apart. Because we've heard rumors of Diddy for years, but this is the first time, like really the first time that things have gotten to this point, because he ends up paying Cassie to keep her quiet for all of this to go away. But it was too late by then, because we've all found out about why she cut her hair, because he made her do it. That he was basically setting her out to his friends or other people in the industry. And recently here, a few weeks ago, allegedly Young Miami is in the same position, supposedly here. So allegedly.
I heard it was the other way around. She was just the beard so he could get the saucy Santana.
But I always knew Diddy was crazy.
What made you say that?
But like, I always knew Diddy was crazy watching Making the Band when he made them guys walk for cheesecake.
My man Dylan ain't recovered from any of the stuff that happened on that show, by the way.
Like as a young kid watching that, I'm like, man, Diddy ain't right. Like, he made these grown men walk for cheesecake in the middle of the night. And I was like 13, 14 at the time. I'm like, yo, this is not like a grown man should be doing that, having a group of grown people walking for cheesecakes.
I never watched Making the Band. I never watched it.
I would assign you the homework for the people that ain't watch Making the Band, but you really didn't miss nothing. Don't watch Making the Band. Just watch Dave Chappelle's skit about Making the Band.
Or watch the clips on YouTube.
No,
that too.
But Diddy had grown men singing, battling for beds on Making the Band.
I saw that on YouTube. Grown men, 20-somethings, singing to each other, battling for beds. So that means that if they lost, they had to sleep on the floor.
Man, listen, the reality TV era of that was on a whole nother level of crazy. I mean, we still got some crazy shows, but
reality TV had.
It was Writer Strike was coming up. I think the Writer Strike was right around that time.
Around that time, yeah.
Reality TV absolutely flourished at that point, and the more wacky things that they done, the more ratings they got. Like
during that time, we had Bobby and Whitney. We had all those little love shows.
Man, the Flavor of Loves, the Joe Schmo show on Spike. I think that's the name of it on Spike TV. Turns out everybody in that show was fake, and he didn't know it. BK, like they literally Truman showed that man. No, that would have stressed me out.
You look stressed out from all of this Diddy talk.
Listen, the more we find out, I'm like, man.
Everybody can't be lying.
No, everybody can't be, and that's what's crazy. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There it is.
I mean,
There it is.
Wait, Meek Mill just said that he was driving, and the brakes, his new car, first time driving it, the brakes went bad in the car. What is the chances?
Brand new car,
sir? What is the chances of a person with that much money having brakes that bad in a brand new car? Super slim to none.
Man. Dreams and nightmares, man. Diddy's giving people.
We got it.
Like Diddy was legit giving Meek dreams and nightmares. Allegedly.
Oh, man.
Allegedly.
Something I wanted to compare Red and Diddy to as well. Red wasn't paying his artists, and we already know Diddy don't pay his either.
Nope.
I feel like the only one that's probably getting paid to this day is probably French Montana.
Who? You said French Montana?
He left Bad Boy.
Oh, he left? God bless him.
Yeah. I think only person on Bad Boy I think is like pretty much Machine Gun Kelly.
Wait.
Still signed to them?
Wait, this whole time Machine Gun Kelly was on Bad Boy?
You're late. BK.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You are late, BK.
Yeah.
Yes, Machine Gun Kelly was signed to Bad Boy this entire time. Yes.
Boy for years. You see in history. It's crazy. You see Machine Gun Kelly's transformation since being on Bad Boy. He went from a rapper, then started painting his nails, becoming emo. That Diddy effect.
Yeah. Another reason we should have known this was coming is because Diddy straight up was giving everybody their masters. Remember that? Remember that?
No.
Yeah, he was giving everybody their masters.
He gave it to Mary.
He gave Mace's masters.
Okay.
He gave Mace.
He was trying to
Mace probably like last year.
Okay.
It was getting bad with Mace though. It was getting bad with Mace.
Because Mace was getting paid.
Mace was about to tell it all.
Next to Biggie, Mace was the man. When we talk about Bad Boys, Bad Boy Records, Mace was there.
Like when I think about Bad Boy, it's Mace and Biggie.
He had to go to church.
Yo,
he still got to get paid.
Yo,
like
he did take a detour with the Lord, you know. Then he came back out. It was like, I'm coming back.
So much evil. Yeah, he's seen so much evil at Bad Boy. He had to get his life straight. Like Mace seen firsthand evilness, and he haven't talked about.
You know who do be talking though? Speaking to people that talk, Jaguar, right? And some of the stuff
talking about him for years.
Yeah, and some of the stuff I'd be like, all right, that sounds plausible. But then other stuff I'd be like, I don't know about that one. Like, did you get that firsthand? Did you see it? But right now, a lot of the stuff, now we got to kind of go back and listen to all the stuff she said and just test it to all the stuff we know now. Because there's another case coming up with somebody else too, right?
There's going to be endless cases coming up. There's a big case right now. I didn't really read too much into it because honestly, anytime I read stuff about Diddy these past few months, ever since Cassie story dropped, I get so angry. Because it's like one of those things that, okay, when Cassie hit the scene, first and foremost, I thought Cassie was going to be like this big upcoming star. She could sing, she could dance, she was pretty. And I just thought that she could do a lot, you know? And next thing you know, she's with Diddy, and every time we see her in pictures with Diddy, she never looks happy. She never looked happy. Even if you go back and look at these pictures, it's like, what is going on here? Something is happening that nobody's talking about right now. And then the fact that like she just fell off the face of the earth when it comes to her music.
She did. I'm not gonna say that I was the biggest
Yeah.
Cassie fan. I did like that one song. It was
Everybody
kinda,
likes that one song.
It was a little catchy, you know what I'm saying? I was in there. But
because she came out. Did Cassie come out right after Rihanna? I want to say she came out right. I think right after Rihanna or during that time.
What for some reason I feel like it was like Cassie, Christina Milian. I mean, Rihanna, Christina Milian, then Cassie. I feel like she was like
Christina Milian came before. I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cassie came after all of them. Like
Cassie came out. Yeah, she came out after them.
Yeah. We had like the hierarchy of female singers, and then like it feels like almost like Cassie and Keisha Cole now was like the last of the breed of that.
But Keisha got hits.
Keisha got hits, but it just felt like the era for it just kind of dissipated after right around Cassie.
Yeah, I think Cassie came out in like 2004 ish.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 2004, 2005, one of them.
Speaking of artists that just kind of disappeared, first of all, everybody disappears when it comes down to Bad Boy. Diddy is like the Netflix of record labels for real. He is the Netflix.
Cancel after one season. Canceled after one season.
One album and you done. Remember Bad Boy South? Remember Bad Boy South?
No.
Exactly. He had who was on
Nobody
Bad Boy
remembers
South?
that. Nobody remembers that.
8 Ball MJG.
Oh, 8 Ball and MJG was on Bad Boy South.
What's old buddy name?
Yep, 8 Ball MJG. Yes.
Young Jock.
Remember, he had Black Rob. Black Rob.
Bad Boy South had a roster, like, and they was running it for a minute. They was running for a second, like they could have went way farther.
I mean, because that was a huge business
like
move.
Loon went to jail because of Diddy or something to commit to Islam.
Luna. Oh my gosh.
I forgot about Loon. Not Shine. Yeah, Shine. He's a politician now. I think. Shine? He got out of jail and became a politician.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Did Mace go back to preaching yet, or is he just still chilling right now?
Yeah, I think he's still chilling now.
He had to step away from the.
It's saying that it was founded in 2003, so that was nothing but a huge business move because a few years before that, the South had something to say and things like that. And during that era, 2003, between 2000 and 2000, I'm gonna give it 2008. Everybody was in the South. Like every favorite artist was coming from the South. And Sean Combs actually made a huge. One thing I will not take from him is his business moves. This man made some really great business moves, but he's a monster.
That's why he was in Monsters Ball.
Gorilla Zoe.
Yes, thank you. I still listen to Gorilla Zoe sometimes.
I completely forgot that Young Jeezy was part of Bad Boy South because he was part of that rap group.
USDA.
Jody Breeze.
When the USDA, right?
No,
is it USDA?
I don't know the name of the. I don't know. All I know is they had that one song.
They had the song "Boys in the Hood."
One song. Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
I'm pretty sure that was USDA.
And at the very beginning, and I completely forgot.
Replaced by Jeezy in the group, and then Jeezy.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of that video that we talking about Boys in the Hood, Diddy is sitting in the bed and like on a rooftop or something, talking about some bad boys come out and play. You're gay. Oh God, forgive me. I'm sorry.
Come out and play.
Hold on. That was a throwback though. That was the
Foxy Brown on the label too.
That makes
the
sense.
Foxy Brown story is a whole nother thing. At some point, everybody's ready for the Jay-Z comeuppance. Do you guys think there's anything there? Like we said earlier, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I definitely remember Jay-Z slapping that one woman that time.
I heard
they went around.
Jay-Z got some stories. I heard.
Yeah, I heard too.
Jay-Z
so
got some stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No artist.
He stabbed Rivera over Charlie Baltimore.
Charlie Baltimore, man. I had like the hugest crush on Charlie Baltimore back in the day. I'm be honest. I thought she was so fine. I was like, dang, it's Charlie. But anyway, I'm gonna be honest. When these Jay-Z stores really start hitting, if they are as bad as everybody say it is, this is gonna be the one time I get tested. Like all these other artists that came out and had these issues, I'm like, oh well, they wasn't that deep in my catalog. I'll survive without them. Now,
yeah, not the Hove. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be super sad. Happened to Hove, like not Hove, not Jay-Z. No.
I'm gonna try not to be the person.
For some odd reason, I don't think
it was all Dame Dash.
Anything is
exactly.
There it is. I don't think we're gonna hear the full story of Jay-Z until like either he's like very, very old or he's no longer on this planet. Like I don't think it's gonna happen no time soon.
Do we think Jay-Z is that powerful that he could just hold all the stories? I'm just wondering.
Personally, no.
Yes.
Yes. But I don't think he's that much of a monster as Diddy either. Like if we're talking about levels of monstery.
So I feel like when it comes down to main hip hop artists, there's a level of monstery that you have to accept. Like, especially in the rap game from a certain era. Not none of that bubblegum mumble rap era stuff. Some of them are real goons now. I ain't saying that, but some of them was just doing it for the style. And of course, we also had people in our era that was doing it for the style, but we had some real people. Like Jesus was out here in these streets with boosting that white girl as they call. Like Gucci Man was out here in them Bessemer streets. Like
we remember every year Gucci went to jail. Every time he came out of jail, he looked like a different person.
It was like an annual thing. Gucci Man.
It was like an annual thing.
We'll see him when he get out, y'all. That new album gonna be fly though.
He was dropping mixtapes in jail. Like it was crazy.
The mixtape era was wild.
What happened to it?
I love the mixtape era and the DVD era. That was my favorite.
Bootleg concerts, bootleg rap concerts. Because somebody was just there recording with that camcorder, man.
Just what happened
to
it?
Did Diddy ever drop any mixtapes?
Freestyle and stuff, like 100 people at the bodega rapping.
Man.
Puffy dropped a mixtape.
He can't rap. I think he had one.
BK.
I am not here. I am not here to argue Diddy's rap. You will never hear me like, all right, but Diddy better than, like, you never get that from me. You never.
Who's a better rapper, Diddy or Birdman?
Ooh, so ladies and gentlemen, this is our show. Thank you guys for coming.
Now we talking about people with power too. That's another one that I'm waiting for some stories to come out too.
You're not gonna get me in trouble. I seen what he was doing. What's old buddy name? Drewski.
I don't want to say it no more.
You ain't finna.
Oh, Drewski.
I know.
So, wait, Diddy did drop a mixtape. Diddy dropped a mixtape in 2015.
How many features was on it? Was that the last mixtape?
Yeah, it
Did
was
he
called
drop the final mixtape.
It was called MMM.
It's not a mixtape.
Styles P, Little Kim, Jada Kiss.
Styles P and Jada Kiss needed a check. That's why they did that.
I'm telling you, that's got to be the final mixtape ever. Like Neo probably dropped better mixtapes than that. With his 4-song mixtapes he dropped from time to time. Neo, drop another mixtape, man. Your mixtape music be jumping though, for real. I mean, not that one of the throwaway tracks though, but
I completely forgot that Diddy dropped the album last year.
Did he drop an album last year?
Mm-hmm. It's called the Love Album.
Mm-hmm. You know what he's doing.
Is any apologies on there? Anything Sounds like an apology.
There's a song on MMM called Alpha Male.
There's reason. I'm talking right now. I'm talking right now, so we don't have random silence on the thing. But if you've seen the silence from this panel,
not the alpha male.
I don't even buy into that. Now, listen, Novacaine, I don't buy into the alpha beta.
And I don't either.
But no. Sir. I mean, hold on. Wait a minute. We got to look at this objectively here. Given everything we learned, all the parties and stuff, all the control he had over those people, technically, he kind of was. These people ain't talking.
Okay. You got a point. So that's why he made that song.
He kind of can claim it because right now, Diddy might be the most gangster hip hop artist left. What you talking about?
I mean, I don't want to agree with you, but you got a point.
He's the last wild one in the trenches.
He might be.
He's the last Mohican.
Like, Diddy,
has anybody heard from Suge Knight? Has anybody heard from Suge Knight recently? Has he said anything about any of them? He got a podcast. He got a podcast.
Yeah, he got
do from jail.
Podcast. He got a podcast from jail. Jail.
Yes. It's a cartoon. He talked to somebody on the phone, and then they put it to the cartoon.
Go to hell.
No, I will not be.
Yes.
Not you. I'm talking about them. I'm just joking. He said, "No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go."
Like it's a nasty business out there, man. It's like Suge Knight talking in cartoon form. It's crazy,
right? If Suge Knight
watch it,
should be talking
it's diabolical,
stuff,
man.
It's like if 50 Cent.
It's pure diabolical.
It's like 50 Cent's Instagram page.
Hey,
but in real time.
50 Cent tried to warn us years ago.
He did.
Tried to warn us years ago.
He did.
50 tried to,
and everybody looked at 50 Cent as he's crazy and a hater.
Yeah. 50, but 50 always kept it. He always keeps it a buck, though. Let's just be real here. It ain't too many times when he's serious about something, you kind of know it. Except for that time he said he was gonna beat Kanye, didn't work out for him. But other than that, his track record is pretty solid.
The name of the podcast, and this is why they need to go to hell. The name of the podcast is called Collect Call with Suge Knight.
If anybody can afford that, it.
Nasty business.
That's nasty, bro. That's nasty. I'm about to listen to one of these episodes.
Does anybody feel weird about Suge Knight out here confessing everybody else stuff, but he ain't really talking about his own stuff like that? Because I don't think he's actually giving us anything that he's actually ever done that he ain't been convicted of. Like, I mean, I get it. It's smart. It's smart though.
Was that the Source Awards? Was that the Source Awards? All up in the videos, dancing.
Suge, right now, Suge is on victory. You're not telling me he's not victory lapping. You're not telling me he ain't victory lapping on that podcast right now.
I would.
First thing he did, hello, I told y'all.
Suge Knight probably
nobody wanted to listen to me.
I told you guys. I told you about Diddy. Nobody believed me.
Y'all thought I was bad.
All the videos, way worse. Dancing, grabbing you, kissing you on the neck.
Yeah, it was a lot of weird stuff going through. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
So let me talk about Usher real quick because the people.
I forgot about Usher.
I just seen this resurface video of basically Usher being interviewed, and they were asking him, how was it like being underneath, Diddy, and having the I was about to say character development, Lord Jesus, the artist development, because that was a big thing in the 90s. artist development and things like that. And Diddy ran this camp, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I did not know Usher was only 13 years old when he moved into Diddy's house.
Yeah. The stuff that was sliding through on the small scale that we didn't hear because we weren't paying attention. But now you go back and listen. You go back and listen to the words everybody be saying. They was actually telling.
And Usher is one of those, of course, he's at this point an old school celebrity, you know. And I definitely say that with quotes because that's gonna make me old school. But anyway.
But hold on, before you say that, the thing about Usher is he's still pretty young. He has peers.
Yeah.
He just got more tenure than the peers that he has.
Yeah, that's true.
People they look at him like he's 60. The man ain't that old. All right.
No, I think Usher is 45 now. I think I don't even think he's that old, but I think it's 45. I think so. During this interview, you can tell, like, I'm a huge person that reads body language. Like, I'm huge on body language. And you could just tell that he was starting to get uncomfortable with answering the questions. And he had to make sure he chose his words wisely. You know? And then they cut to a clip of, like, Kevin Hart, Diddy, and Usher. And they're at, like, this house party or something. And Kevin Hart is, like, basically interviewing them. And like you could still see Usher just being uncomfortable. And then Diddy try to put his arm around Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart's like, "Nah, I don't want to. No, get away from you." That like,
no, don't touch me now.
There's the voice. So when I had saw that, like certain things just started going through my head. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is just the beginning of the takedown of Diddy. Yeah. Like, there's so much. A producer coming out to say, you know, they were sexually assaulted. People that work closely with Diddy are coming out to say that they were sexually assaulted. How many people is it going to take to say that this happened to them before he's behind bars? He can't settle with everybody.
You know who I'm waiting to start talking? Russell Brand. I'm going to tell you why. Because they did that movie together. And you're not telling me Russell ain't see nothing. It's Russell. Russell Brand, and he be sitting, and Russell be out here talking, all right? I'm waiting. Eventually, we're gonna hear stories from everybody, and then it's gonna be some people gonna start crossing these stories together and figuring out who was where, what was going on, at what time, and that is exactly what's gonna bring him down. It's way too many people talking at one time. Everybody's talking in code until that code started to sound similar.
So Diddy was really playing. So Diddy was really playing himself and get him to the Greek.
He got paid to do nothing but just be himself.
That's the easiest paycheck right there.
Need I mind you that they said Diddy was out here partying with Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr.
You said that. You said that.
I just want to put it fresh on everybody's mind.
You know the old saying, birds of a feather. Gross.
Do we have anything else to add to this lesson of
nasty
Diddy do it?
In the great words from Cat Williams, you got to tell Diddy no.
Just,
you know what? I was thinking that, like, can you not go to the parties? Can you just not
don't be Diddy?
I feel like you can just not go to these parties.
50
I feel like you can say no. I feel like you can say no. And he still has a great career. I mean, he's different now, but then he used to own Vitamin Water the whole time.
Yeah. Coke got it now. You made a lot of money off Vitamin Water.
He sold it for like $1 bill. I feel like.
No, it was more. Was it more than that? Was it like $3-4 bills?
Something like that. It was a big deal. It was a high number. It was a big number. But yeah, and I feel like you can say no, but it's like just like when you in these 9-to-5 jobs or whatever. Some people are brown nosers. You know, some people will step on somebody else to get ahead or do whatever they need to do, whether it's morally correct or not, to get ahead. So some of these celebrities did say no. They still have a great career. Some of them said yes. They may have a great career. They may not. Who knows?
Right, like some Diddy might have somebody that what is don't know about it.
That's true.
Well, we gonna if the Jay-Z thing ever turns up anything, we're gonna talk about Maya because she's been kind of talking to here lately. But it's not like she's not really blaming anybody for anything, but she is. But she didn't say no names for real. And so now I wonder if Diddy was around when some of this stuff was transpired that she may have been speaking of. And that is totally just me speculating. And nothing says Diddy
where
with
there's smoke, there's Diddy.
Maya.
What? Thank you for coming to class today. This was a really nice session.
Yo, there's definitely truth. That's the quote right there. That's the quote of the episode. Where there's smoke, there's Diddy.
That should be the name of the episode right there.
Oh man, it might be. Yo, man, y'all got me in here sweating, boy.
I told you. What? Like 30 minutes ago, I said you getting stressed out about this conversation. Cause it's just so much. It's so many layers. Like we're gonna be here all night trying to put every piece together.
I gotta write that down. Where there's smoke.
Where there's smoke, there's Diddy.
But you're right. This onion is deep for real. Isn't there a documentary coming out about all of this?
No, I don't know. Is there?
I think it is. I kept hearing rumblings. Surviving Diddy gonna be wild.
I don't think they're gonna name it like Surviving Diddy. They probably
it's gotta be Diddy do it. I'm telling you,
do it.
I ain't the first person to say it, boy. I done heard that so much. I didn't make that joke, but I feel like that might be the move.
Did he or did he not? This isn't funny. A lot of people have been traumatized and harmed, but the man picked this name for himself.
Oh gosh.
You know what he was doing. I don't care what nobody say. This man be manipulators on his level be knowing what they be doing.
Facts. Factuals. It is like I said it earlier, like the man is very calculated. Ain't no way he didn't. But we definitely gotta end this before we run away from here. This conversation, Dom, Instructor Cousin Dom, could you mind telling us a little bit about your show?
So our show was pretty much the number one podcast wrestling in the barbershops in the Midwest.
Period.
Hey.
So we give you like that barbershop wrestling talk feel with no filter, no favorites, no tribalism, just straight raw uncut every Wednesdays.
So yeah, Power Bomb Jitsu. Make sure y'all tune in every Wednesday because when I tell you all of our cousins got wrestling podcasts except for us, it's funny. But definitely check out Power Bomb Jitsu. I love the show.
Same.
They're great people over there, so you really don't want to miss out on that show. If they're around us, you know they're good people because we only like to deal with good people when we can.
Facts.
All right, class. We definitely got to run. But before we go, make sure that you turn in your homework. Go watch 5 Heartbeats. Like, that's a thing now. If you haven't watched it, make sure you do that. Bonus points for Cooley High, because you never know. Maybe in a future episode, we might talk about that. So go ahead and get that. Bonus assignment. Make sure you check out Powerbomb Jutsu. And then tell them that you came from us. All right?
Yep.
Do that. And then if you follow them on Twitter, find them and us. Novacaine, let
and then if you do everything, and if you did everything on the list, you are awarded the One Piece. Say no.
And Novacaine, tell them what they need to do before we go.
Head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating. Then head on over to Spotify, leave us another 5-star rating. Make sure to follow us on both. And do not forget to cite your sources.
Yeah, do that. I have been Instructor BK.
I'm Instructor Novacaine.
And this is our cousin, Instructor Cousin Dom. Check out Powerbomb Jutsu. We up out of here.
Peace.
Thank y'all for tuning in.